Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Wherever you are in the world today, I wish you peace, I wish you joy, I wish you stability, I wish you happiness, and most of all, I wish you good health. I hope that you and your family are doing great, and I hope that life is treating you well. Once again, my friend, welcome to the Common Sense channel. On this channel, we get to talk about those things that people think about, that people know, but often don't have the time to discuss. These, my friends, are the things we talk about. So for today's video, I want to talk to you about something that I will call reactionism. The definition for reactionism is somebody that want things to remain the same. They don't want change. They believe that things are supposed to be left the way they are. But my video today on reactionism or reactionist is strictly based on a different viewpoint of the word itself, reactionism or reactionist. I'm going to give you some example, and I'm going to show you why I think all humans, again, I want to say this, all humans are reactionist, except for those who are pulling the strings. What do I mean about those who are pulling the strings? I'm talking about those individuals that you and me really don't see. These individuals do not travel during the day. And if they do during the day, and if they do travel during the day, they are traveling in a way that you wouldn't even know who they are. And these, my friends, are the ones that are pulling the strings, are the ones that are calling the shots, are the ones that are making you to react to current events, changes, and things that are happening in your life, in your communities, in your society, in your country, and in every facet of your life. And today's video is to give you some insights about what I mean when I call my video or title this video that all humans are reactionists, except those who are orchestrating it in the background. For example, all Americans in this country, I like to use America as an example, were concerned about the border, but not until the impact of an open border start to be felt across the country, that people start to take notice. But the border issues is not a new issue. It's always been around. But a lot of people are not feeling the effect until they start to see some of the symptoms that they start to react. And because people who have seen this issue, have heard about this issue over and over and over and over, and they've heard of the cries of people who were being affected by it, and those people's voices were just thrown on the side, and people were just like, oh, you know what, it's not happening next to me, so it must not be something important. But when they start to see the aftermath, and the effect of an open border, that's when people start to take notice. And whenever human takes notice about things, that's when the reaction occurs. So what I'm trying to say is this: we humans do not react to events in our lives until it starts to affect us one way or the other. That's when we react to it. So when people who are living in the border areas of this country or by the borders of this country, whether it's in California, Texas, Louis, wherever the borders are, when these individuals were complaining, most of the states inland, most of the inland states were not really paying attention because they were not being impacted by some of the things that those people at the border was experiencing. So it can be crime, it can be drugs, it can be human trafficking, it can be murder, it can be a host of things that some of these border states were complaining about. So someone said one day that, you know what, we've complained for a long time now and no one is listening. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to have to share some of the pain that we are experiencing so that you can experience it too. And guess what it did? They start to bust all these people. They start to send them to these states. And some of the states say, oh yeah, you know what? Let's just open it up. We're going to open it up. Come on, yeah, you're welcome here. But guess what? They were creating a huge, maybe I can say something, a slippery slope, or Pandora box. It can be either one of those two. So what do? What happens when you have a huge influx of people into a community that has less or no resource? So think about that. So now in these places where these people are being sent by those border states into inland America, they start to feel the pain. How? Some of them, they had less resources. Some of them had no resources at all to begin with. And now they have to contend with this huge influx of people now coming into their communities. Now they have to compete with them. They have to compete for resources. They have to compete in terms of school, So it just created a whole problem, a big problem that wasn't even there in the first place. So now those people in that community start to react. But the bottom line here is somebody knew from the beginning the impact of what that would cause before it even happened. And that person, my friend, is the one you don't know. It's the one that you will never see. So, and that's the one I'm about to talk to you about today. And these are individuals that are planning things. They know the effect. They know what the outcome is going to be. But they don't care because they are the ones calling the shot. And because they're calling the shot, it's almost like when someone is playing chess. When someone is playing chess, they're all about what the king can do. They're just moving. So when they're moving, they're not really thinking about consequences. They're not thinking about what people would say or what people would do, their reaction. No. But humans are biologically designed to react to things that one way or the other affects them or one way or the other change their life and change their livelihood. So most people sit there and they wonder why people during the election time they went and voted the way they voted. Just think about that. And people only react. So when the election came around, these people who were already angry, these people who already had situation where they didn't have enough resources in their communities, those people who had to compete now with new influx of immigrants coming from the border, now they had to take on all their issues, all their anger on those people that felt that were the reason for the problem in the first place. But whether it's the government or an administration that's responsible for that, I'm telling you that there are individuals that are in the making, in the background, that are responsible for these things. And these individuals, my friend, are very powerful. They move global affairs. They shake and move things. They don't care what you think. They don't care about your reaction. So even if you change things because of you reacting to what they've done, their action, they still feel like they can do it again because they know and understand that what you are is a reactionist, or you are a reactionist. So another example would be what we see global affairs when people fighting wars. The people who are calling the shots are not the people you see. Like when you see a leader step up in Europe or in Russia, and they're talking about what they intend to do, the support for this one or that one against this one, those people are just mere vessel. The real people calling the shots, you will never see them. You will never see them. You will never know their names. They, my friend, are the ones that are making you react. How do you react? Some people react by being more nationalistic. Some people react by joining the military thinking they're fighting for a just cause. Some people react by threatening other people to blow them up. Some people react by making sure that there's enough money for you to keep doing what you're doing. But the real people that are calling the shots, my friend, you will never know. And these people, I think in previous videos, I've said I've called them puppet masters or the puppeteers. So they are in the background. You know what a puppeteer does? He actually makes something to move, even if it don't want to move. It makes you move. It makes you react. Because according to Isaac Newton, say for every action, there is opposite reaction. So that opposite reaction can be equal. It can also be unequal too. So I can react to what you're doing. I can react in a way that is stronger than yours. And I can react in a way that's more powerful than yours. Or I can react in a way that is equal so that we're able to find a common ground. So everything you see in world affairs, when Russia is saying this, they would do this, and then you see Europe saying we would do this, and America is saying we'll do this, these are all reactions. There has to be something to make that happen, to make people react. And the thing that's causing this, you will never see. You will never know, but it's there. And that's why in the past I've said all of our problems are not caused by any spirit as they want you to believe. You see, there are people out there that want you to believe that most of our problems in the world are caused by spirit, called Satan or the devil, you know? And in reality, we see that these problems are man-made problems. They are caused by man. And guess what? History is, if history is right, if history is real, we've had many wars. And guess what? At the end of all of them, they were solved and they were resolved by humans. It didn't take no act of God or divine intervention for these wars to end. You see? And for someone to sit there and say someone is responsible for it and that person is Satan, it's hard to fathom, it's hard to understand. You know? Another case study is as far as humans being a reactionist. And that's what we are. All humans are reactionary, except those that are pulling the strings. That would be the puppeteer masters, the puppet masters. When you get up, like right now as I'm speaking, somebody has already decided what the next people are going to be talking about the next day. They've already decided what will be trending the next day. They already decided what direction they want the world to be focusing on. So it is up to you, my friend, to be able to filter between the distractions and those things that are real, those things that are real, those things that are important to you, to be able to filter them out from the distractions. You know, for instance, right now we're talking about World War III. You get up the next day, and what's going to be trending is P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, or something that's not even relevant to reality or the situation you're going through in your life. That's what's going to be trending. Or the media sitting there talking about things that's not even relevant to you. Those who are responsible for that are not the ones you see on the news, are not the ones talking. Those people are just talking heads. They're also puppets too. They're just being moved whichever way they want them to sway. That's where they go because they're being paid to do that. You know, so when you are reacting, as all humans are, you're supposed to be thinking. I think I've said in previous videos, I don't know which one, I said all change happens by human thinking. And the way you do is to think about your current situation. Think about your community. First think about your family. Think about your community. Think about your society. Think about what's going on. Because when you are bombarded by all of these distractions, you can easily find yourself reacting to the wrong thing and not the right thing, or the thing that are relevant to your life and to your livelihood. So like I've always said, always look at those things. Analyze them. See where all the trash is, all the garbage is, and be able to filter through them. Because at the end of the day, your reaction to anything, it has to be done on things or to things that are relevant to your life, to the life of your family, to the life of your community and your society. If those things are not relevant to your life and your family, don't see them as relevant to you. See them as nothing but distractions. I have always said and will say again, and this is what this video is about, that humans are reactionists. We are reactionists by nature. We are reactionists by biology. We are reactionist by the things that are stimulating our environment. And some of those things, we have control over them. So you may get up tomorrow morning, because it's just 1 a.m. It's like some minutes after 12 now. And let me tell you, when you get up and you see anything that's trending, know that the puppeteer, the puppet master, wants you to focus on that. The puppet master wants you to react to that. You may, but you should be able to understand that it's all gear to get you to be distracted and to sway you the way that puppet master wants you to be swayed. And that's why you hear sometimes, you will hear trending. Oh, this is trending. It's trending because that's where they want you to trend. They don't want you to trend to those things that are relevant in your life. They want you to trend to those things that are not relevant to you and those things that are distracting to you, so that they can be doing whatever they want to do so you wouldn't see it. You know, it's like The Matrix. I know a lot of people watch that movie, The Matrix, but you need to look at it some more. Look into it and see. And you would see that we all live in the Matrix. And there are few people that can see it, that they are being programmed. And they can remove themselves. And that's what we do here on the Common Sense channel. We're trying to make you to see it. See it. There's nothing wrong with seeing it. And when you see it, you're going to be able to filter all of those things that are causing you to react on the behalf of someone that doesn't care much about you, much about your family, much about the existence of you and your families, or your community, or your society, or your countries. So you can stay focused. Because imagine if all of us, I know it's impossible, if all of us are focused on our agenda, or focus on those things that are relevant to our livelihood, it would be hard for you to have wars. It would be hard for you to have situations that are destroying to you, that are damaging to you. That are damaging or that are destructive to you. No one is going to be able to mislead you, because you will be able to see between the cracks. And that's why I'm doing this video. Because until you can start to see, even when you're watching the news, any news for that matter, you will be able to see what they're doing. You're going to be like, this right here is misleading. This right here is disinformation. This right here is a typical example of someone wanting me to think the way they want me to think, you will be able to see it. You won't be like the Matrix. Yes, you're seeing it, but it's not real to you. You will be able to see it, and it will make sense, and it will look real to you. So I decided to do this video to kind of throw light on the nature of human beings, that we are all reactionists, and those people who understand these things, the psychological understanding of human beings, our behavior, the way we act, the way we think, they know that we are reactionists. And all they need to do, like if you have a lot of fishes in the pond and you have worms or some nice bait, all you need to do, and if those fishes are hungry, all you need to do is just put the bait on the hook, and you see how they be trying to bite that thing. You see your washer. If you're a fisherman, you see your washer bobbing, because they'll catch it. And that's what we are. We're like that hungry fish or fishes in the pond, and we're just waiting for the hook to bite on it. So that's why I decided to do this video. I like to think differently. I don't like to think like other people, because I think the change that we're looking for, it's not far away from us. It's right in our mind. We just need to think about these things. And imagine a world where everyone is thinking straight. Politicians would do right. And those people in authority, those people that try to get you on a hook with a small bit on it, before they do it, they would think twice, because they know, you know what, you're awake. You're not sleeping. You're awake. As they call it, you're woke. So, as I've always say at the end of all of my videos, and I will again, the greatest thing that can happen to anyone, woman or man, it's not the day you were born, not the day you had your first child, not the day you graduated from college, high school, the day you bought your first car, or the day you moved in your first apartment. No. The greatest thing that can happen to anyone is the day you discover yourself. Because from that day on, everything, absolutely everything will start to make sense to you. So I want to thank, I didn't do it in the beginning of this video, but I want to thank all those new subscribers to my channel. I value you. I honor you. I thank you for subscribing to my channel. I don't do things like other people, because I think we're all supposed to be unique. I believe all of us are unique. The only thing is we're not seeing the puppet masters. The puppet masters are powerful people. They are nocturnal. They don't travel during the day. And even if they do, you don't see them. They, my friend, are the ones that are making things trend. They trend things. When you hear the word trending, they're the ones behind it. It's a form of distraction, but you have to be a realist. You have to pay attention. And most of all, you have to think, because all change begins when you start to think, and think for yourself. Have a blessed day, and I hope you're doing well. And I hope if you watch this video and you have questions, you have comment, please don't hesitate. If you want to share, you can share it too, because the goal is to reach people, is to educate you with common sense. Common sense is what we need. I know some of us, I believe, we're also, in as much as we use common sense, we're also logical too, but logic is not something we use all the time. Common sense is what we use most of the time. Thank you for watching and have a blessed day.